Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to install Flutter on a Mac operating system, on a MacBook actually. So if you go on the website for Flutter and you go on Docs and get started, install, and if you go on macOS, obviously if you're using a Windows operating system or Linux like Ubuntu, so you're going to click on this one. So I'm using a MacBook, so I'm going to click on this one. Okay, so you need to download this file, okay, and then you're going to run this command over here. Okay, so I've already downloaded in my download over here, so I've already downloaded the file. Okay, so you just click on it and download it on your computer. And the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go on a folder. So for me, I have gone on my Windows on my desktop. So over here, so Flutter and install here. So this is how where I have installed or unzip this file. So I'm gonna go in here. So I'm gonna open command prompt over here. So let me just go in my terminal. So you go in your terminal, and for me it is okay, my desktop. So cd desktop and cd flutter. Okay, so I'm just gonna clear that. Okay, so you're gonna run this command in your terminal here. So this one, so it's gonna be unzip. But I have already installed Flutter in this location, so it's gonna take a few minutes to unzip this file. So, and then the next thing that we need to do is to, tell our MacBook where we have installed Flutter, and for that we'll have to go into the environment variables, which is quite different from Windows. So I'm going to type env, so this will list the different path. So for me, I've already kind of installed, I've already kind of added the path, but to do that, what you need to do, you're going to go on a file, so which is in your root directory. So you're going to go into your root directory and then type in open.bash profile. Okay, so some file is bash profile, some is just .profile, and here it is. So, and you need to insert these two lines. So this is where actually you've installed the Flutter. So I've installed on desktop in the folder Flutter install, and then you're gonna add, this is the folder that will be created when Flutter will be unzipped. Okay, so you need to add this path. Okay, so you're gonna change this over here to your path. Okay, and actually it should go to this file. So if we go into folder, so install Flutter and bin. Okay, so this is the folder that it should be linked to. Okay, so and then I'm gonna run Flutter Doctor. So this is just a test. So Flutter Doctor. and it will tell me if Flutter has been installed properly. So it's checking for Android licenses, which there's none. Okay, so we have to uh, unzip or download these licenses here, and it's gonna give me the so I need to run Flutter Doctor dash Android licenses. Okay, so I need to upgrade my Xcode virus as well. Okay, and I need to install a plugin that comes with Android Studio to be able to run Flutter. I've got no connected devices, so let's try to run this Android licenses. So it's going to be Flutter Doctor dash Android and dash licenses. Okay. So, well, I'm sorry if this screen. So, review licenses here. Then yes. Accept. Yes. Accept. Yes. Yes. We got 5. Yeah. Yes. Okay. And do read the all licenses accepted. So let me run through the Doctor again. Yeah. And okay. To upgrade sudo gem install cookware-pads. Okay, let me try to upgrade cookware-pads. So sudo gem upgrade cookware-pads. Okay, so that will type in my password over here. So that will upgrade my cookware-pads. What am I using German and command? Okay. Sudo okay, so gem is not installed. Okay, so I will have to check into these. Okay, but let me just check if I can on Studio Code. So next thing I need to do is to install the extension. Okay, so I'm gonna go over. Extension is over here. Yeah. So I'm gonna search for Flutter. So dot codes. I'm gonna install this. Okay, this is done, and I'm gonna install this one as well. Okay, so that will help me to, so instead of writing the full, code, you can just write a shortcut and it kind of generate the code for you. So I think this is done. So try to create. So you can view command palette, and should see. Okay, so it's not in there. New Flutter. Flutter. Here it is, Flutter new project. So let's call it first app, and I'm gonna install it into desktop Flutter, and so I'm gonna install it over here. So I create a new folder here. First app. So that will generate the code for me, and okay, here it is. Getting so just have to wait. Okay, all done. So I just need to see the file, which will be displayed over here. So I'm just waiting to see. So okay, here we are. So this is, put this one down. Okay, so this is our first app. Okay, so it has generated the code, and this is the first page. Okay, let me just get rid of this. Okay, it's kind of disturbing. It's kind of take some space on my screen. Okay, okay. So let's go here. Let's go here. So this is the code over here. So these are all the files which are generated, and the main two is, this is where the I will write my code. This is the main page over here, and this is the pub/spec file, and this is where I'm gonna add my dependencies. Okay, so my main page is here. So this is the main program. This is the first program, the entry point where Flutter, the app will start. So my app is this class over here. So, and it is has this class, my home page, which is this one. And let's see if we can try to run the code and see if it runs. So but I don't have any emulator running, so I will need the emulator for that. So to run the code, I can just type in run Flutter, but I need either phone, Android phone. Okay, so I need an emulator. It's Flutter one. Yes, so I don't have any device, so let me try to open an emulator from Android Studio. Okay, so you just need to open an emulator. Or you can use your phone as well. You can, if you have Android. I've not tried with iOS phone, an iPhone. So I'm just gonna, start a new project. Okay, let's just go with that. Empty activity, okay, I know. Finish. Can it start through to the dragon or the package from here as well? You can actually use Android Studio to write the code. I think you need to go and configure and add the Flutter package. But for now, I'm just waiting for Android Studio to create this empty project for me so I can open. There is another way of starting an emulator by using command line, but I don't remember the code for that. So I'm going to close this one. I'm going to start my DVD manager. Okay, so there's it. Here it is. I'm going to start. Let me try this one. Yep. So I'm going to try to start the emulator. Okay. I hope it does start. Now I will close Android Studio because it's gonna take some memory space on my computer. It will feel the computer will kind of slow down. We've got so many processes running. So here's my emulator. Okay. So let me try to clear this one. I tried to close this one as well. I'm waiting for this emulator. So I'm going to close Android Studio. But this, I think, so let's wait and see the emulator. There we go. So let me see if I can fire one. Like, it will normally automatically connect to the emulator. I hope so. And this will be our first Flutter app. I hope it runs. Yeah, I think it did. Yeah, I think I was able to connect to the emulator. So the device Android STD. So it uses Gradle. Okay. So let me just check on the emulator. Wait. Yeah, here it has the emulator, which is over here. So the Nexus S. It's kind of yeah. Now, sometimes it's easier to use your own phone. It's gonna be quicker because having an emulator on your computers, it can take lots of memory. So it's better to use your own phone. But it's actually up to you. Okay. So it does take a few minutes. So yes, so I will have a few session, few lesson on how to create app with Flutter. So Flutter is one of the latest technology which is developed by Google to create apps for both Android and iPhone environment. Okay, so it's it's kind of better compared to the other alternatives like Ionic or React or other framework that allow you to develop for mobile, and also you can use Flutter to build website as well. Okay, so it's quite easy to start building and designing apps, but there are a few issues as well which I've kind of encountered. Okay, especially in terms of managing state management, and also in terms of the structure of the code, you know. So, but the good thing is that it's kind of compared to the other technologies like Ionic, which will kind of use a web view. So it's actually it's gonna convert the code into HTML and JavaScript, and that will render on a kind of a browser on your phone. But with Flutter, it actually is compiling to the native code. So you're actually using the the phone hardware directly. Okay, you're not passing through the kind of wrapper for that's like a browser. So this is quite good. So that's why in terms of performance, quite better than the other technologies out there. Obviously, it is not as performant as a native platform like Java for Android, or Objective C or Swift for iOS platform. Okay, but however, I think if you want to design and implement and develop mobile apps quickly, So Flutter is kind of good solution. So it's taking some time actually to finish. So it's kind of launching. So obviously it has to build the app and launch it on, send it on the emulator and then launch it from there. So it's taking quite time. Yeah, you can see that. And also I've got the video recording running as well behind. I can hear my MacBook fan is running very quickly. So we'll have a couple of lesson on Flutter. So do check the other videos that I will do as well. If it run on my MacBook. I've tried to actually use it and download the SDK package on Ubuntu, and it was quite something to be able to get it to work. But I think I will do a video on how to install it on Ubuntu. Uh, it's taking some time, so I hope. Obviously, it's the first time, so I have to get all the packages, download everything. So obviously, it's going to take some time. But the good thing about Flutter, so if ever you do some changes in the code, there's something called hot reload. You just have to press R, on your console, and it's kind of, reload the user interface and reload the app without you having to compile, build, and then run the application. So this is quite a good thing when you're developing apps. So you can see the changes quite quickly. So, but obviously in terms of the structure of the code, you've got lots of curly braces, you got a lot of brackets. So if your code is not structured properly, so it's gonna be a bit messy, So far, it might be an issue, if someone has to debug the programs and find, if everything is better, or if ever someone has to make some corrections. So it's not, the structure of the code is not, evident as such. So this is one thing which is a challenge, and but it's quite easy to quickly design and implement apps. You know, so and it's got all the codes in. You can write everything in one page. The the UI, the logic. Uh, so it's quite easy to start an app. But obviously, if your app is becoming big, it's becoming bigger. So to maintain your code, that's gonna be something you need to think of. Okay, so I hope that it's gonna run. So it's taking some time. So yeah, so this is something which is gonna be a challenge, to write on the path, and then you're gonna type in source and dot, and you're gonna type in the bash profile. Okay, so and then you're gonna press. This will actually add or activate the environment variable, so that your system knows where you have installed Flutter. Okay, so it's still taking its time to build this up. I believe if you obviously, if you're using your own mobile phone, you can connect with a USB cable, so that would have been, easy and better. So here it is, been able to build the APK, and now it's going to install that into the emulator. Okay, so now you can see. the okay, so let's go in here. Okay, so syncing a file, here it is. Okay, so if you're pressing and this icon here, you can see the number of changes. So this is the first. So we've been able to install Flutter, and we've been able to run, even if it took quite a time to run. So this is here. So I'm gonna try to change something here. So just to give you an idea. Okay, so I'm gonna change the up bar. So it should be here. It is. So Flutter press up. So I'm gonna save that and press on R. Okay, so let me click over here. Press an R. So this is a hot reload, and you can see it changes the update the app instantly. So this is quite something good if you're developing apps. So this is the first lesson on how to install Flutter on your MacBook. So first thing is you need to get the zip file here, download it somewhere, and then you're gonna unzip it. And the next thing is gonna add the bin folder to your path. Okay, so and you need to open in your root directory. Okay, so you need to open the bash profile file, and you're gonna add this to your to this file, the bash profile, and then you're gonna close it. So that will automatically add the path to your environment variables. Okay, so this is it for this video, and I hope to see you in the next video where we'll talk more about how to create apps with Flutter. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video. Okay.